Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Red and Black Final Chat. I am your host, Alexander Tima-Credes. With me are our lovely UGA Women's Gymnastics beat reporters, Kelsey Rousseau and Patricia Duffy. Number 9, Georgia just defeated number 10, Kentucky, 196.5 to 196.15 to improve to 5-1 on the year. Now get this, the all-time record against Kentucky is now 81. That's right, 81-0-1. So they beat Kentucky 81 times and tied them once and never lost to this team. However, after we saw Georgia do the beam, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't thinking Georgia was going to pull it off.
No, actually, there was a .35 difference between Georgia and Kentucky going into that final rotation. And if there had been a mess up or they just weren't on like they weren't on a beam, could have very well gone in Kentucky's favor.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Kelsey, but what were you seeing on the beam that they were just kind of struggling with?
I mean, it seemed to be very minor things, like minus Rachel Dixon's fall, that was kind of a major thing. But everyone else, it was a lot of balance checks, just a lot of little minor, like they weren't on as they usually are. So I think, easy things they can totally fix, but it's just, I think, confidence and just really making sure those balance checks aren't a major factor.
One place they were on was the floor routine, and we'll get to that a little bit later. One other person that was on, Morgan Reynolds, second time doing the all-around. Last week she got a 39.4. This week she tied it once again, 39.4. This is another solid performance in the all-around. Which performance did you like the best from her? Which event?
It was her statement floor performance. She's been on with that routine all year, and that's something that she's performed for the Bulldogs since the beginning of the season. And that's what sealed the deal for her, because Kentucky's Alex Highland was so close, very close, and she ended up 1/10 of a point behind Reynolds in the all-around. So she was knocking on the door, and Reynolds shut it in her face and went out with a bang.
What about you?
I definitely think also her vault, she ended up winning the vault title tonight, and while it wasn't the highest score that she's had, but it was just a very solid performance for her, and she's been working on a lot of technique aspects of that vault, which I think has helped her definitely improve that score.
Yeah, Morgan won the vault title, and she also won the title on the beam as well. One person we have not seen, the newcomer, Natalie Vikulik, hasn't been in the rotation yet this year. This is her first time. She's actually been dealing with mono for a majority of the year. Was supposed to compete last week. Actually wound up she had strep throat. Dana Durante sent her home, but she's back this week, and she actually had a good performance.
Yeah, it was a very solid performance for Natalie. She rushed it at the beginning, and that was kind of, she had a hop on her handstand, first handstand on the bars. But after that, it was very clean, very graceful. Her release moves were very powerful, and she stuck the landing to gain that 9-9 and tie it with her teammate Rachel Dixon, tie for that individual title. And it was a great statement performance as her first routine this season.
Yeah, I just think that 9-9 just really shows the power she has, to come in for the first time this season and to really just show that she can do that routine very well, and to show that they do have a very strong bars lineup that she can just come in and pull off that 9-9.
Yeah, that 9-9 was her second career title event. Switching gears now, like we said, Georgia, it was kind of a sluggish day for them. On the vault, 49.2, that's their lowest since the first meet. Then on the beam, we highlighted their struggles there with the balance and Dixon's fall. 48.65 there, that's their lowest since the first meet as well. But then you save the best for last. I mean, this team just dominates on the floor. 49.375, that's their second highest of the season. And really, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Who had the best floor performance for you? That's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Morgan's was, her performance throughout the night was inspirational. I think she's an inspirational athlete in general. But Sabrina Vega, who won the floor title with a 9-9, not her highest, she scored 9.925 early in the season, but Sabrina Vega with her 9-9, she just has that attitude, that oomph, that charisma that you're just like, I want to get out there and dance with her.
Right.
And she is incredible. She's been working on her first tumbling pass, which is one of the most difficult in the NCAA gymnastics field. And I expect an even bigger score from her later this season.
Just a quick thing on Sabrina, she was dealing with the flu last week. That's why she was not in the rotation last week. Was back in it this week on both the floor and
beam.
on the beam.
Yeah.
And actually on the beam, so I can find it here. The beam was a 9.85, also getting the event win there. Kelsey, who are the best floor performers for you?
I mean, it's like a hard one. I kind of still have to say Gigi too, because she closed it out like anchoring. You know, she's been really strong this whole season, just in that anchor position and really putting up some really big performances. And tonight the score was a little bit lower with a 9.875.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and which is lower than what she got last week, but still just a really solid performance from her. Just a way to close it out for Georgia.
Yeah. Now at the end of the segment, we always like to do our top dogs. So I'll start with you, Patricia. Who was your top dog tonight?
I'm actually going to go with Natalie for her individual specialist performance. I think it was a great start for the junior, and I think she's got a lot to give for this team.
Kelsey?
I'm going to have to say Morgan, because I just think earning that all-around title, really just showing that she can compete. She has that ability, and you know, fighting all the illnesses and everything she's had, she can come back and be that star athlete.
All right, good stuff. Thank you guys very much. For Kelsey Rousseau, Patricia Duffy, I am Alexander T. McCready. Join us next time on the Red and Black Final Chat.